Assalamu alaikum. So in today's video, we are going to start with chapter number 13, the first chapter from A-level computer science. Today we will discuss the first topic from this chapter, that is user-defined data type. So what is meant by user-defined data type? As the name suggests, the data type that is defined by the user. So the data type that is defined by the user is called the user-defined data type. So we are going to discuss what is meant by that. So try to answer these questions first before starting with the chapter, because select an appropriate data type for each of the following: a name. So if we need to store a name, then the name is composed of only alphabets, so we can use a data type that is string. A student's marks, the student mark are given in whole number or sometime in decimal, so we can have two types for this type of data. That one type is your integer and the other one is your real data type. Then we have recorded temperature. The temperature is always given in decimal, so we'll use the data type as real. Then the start date for a job, the data type would be date and time, and whether an item is sold or not. So this is something, the answer would be sold, yes or no. So the answer would be in two terms only, so yes or no or true or false. So the data type would be boolean for this. Okay. Then we have second question. Write this pseudocode to define a record structure to store the following data for an animal in a zoo. So we talk about this record data type, how we defined records. In a record data type, actually, the data type name is record, and it is composed of different data types, like the data types that are already in use, that are already existing. So those data type can be string, it can be date and time, it can be your boolean data type, it can be integer or real or any sort of data type. Okay, so today we are going to discuss with user-defined data type, a data type based on an existing data type or the other data types that have been defined by the programmer is called your user-defined data type. So in the user-defined data type, we have the first data type as non-composite, and the second type is composite data type. From the non-composite data type, what is meant by non-composite? As the name suggests, that is not a combination of different data types. So a non-composite data type can be defined without referencing to another data type, without reference. Okay, this is not linked to another data type, this does not contain other data types. So it can be a preemptive type available in a programming language or a user defined data type. Non-composite user defined data types are usually used for a special purpose, they have a special reason for their existence. So what is that reason? The first data type in non-composite is enumerated data type. And enumerated data type contains no references to other data types when it is defined. In pseudocode, when we write the enumerated data type, what is the structure or what is the syntax for writing it? So the syntax is given here. The syntax is type, then identifier, the name of the data type, like you write the name as month. So type, then month is the name or the identifier of that type. And month, in the month we have 12 values, like January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. So all these values are assigned to this data type. So this is all about the enumerated data type. Let me tell you again what is meant by enumerated. It has no reference to other data types when it is defined. It has a list of values, all the possible values for that particular identifier. The identifier month can have 12 possible values, so we already have assigned those values, and these values are not strings, so are not enclosed in the quotation mark. So the next question that can arise to your mind is that why we are not writing them in enclose them in quotation mark. So the reason is because this is an enumerated data type, and each of the enumerated data type value would be considered as a value, or it has some instance of that particular data type. So instance would be written without quotation mark. So then the variable this month and the next month of type t month could be defined as, if they ask you, they ask sometime they ask you in the exam, or in the exam style question they ask you that declare this month. So this month or the next month, so that this month is January and the next month is this month plus one. So the next instance of that particular value, so January, then the next plus one would be February. So this is all about your data type, or first data type of non-composite, that is your enumerated data type. Using the pseudocode, declare an enumerated data type for the days of the week. So days of the week, we have seven possible values that can be for this particular data type. So then declare two variables, today and yesterday, and assign a value of Wednesday to today, and write a suitable assignment statement for tomorrow. So this is the activity that you have to attempt after watching this video, and I hope you will be able to do it, inshallah. So let's see one question from your past papers. A user-defined data type, time of day, is declared using the following pseudocode. The time of day is morning, afternoon, evening, or night. Identify the type of the user-defined data type and state its classification. So the name of this data type is enumerated. This type of data type is called enumerated data type, and the classification, because I told you there are two classes of user-defined data type. One is composite and other one is non-composite. So this one is the non-composite type. Write the pseudocode to declare the variable session of time of day. Assign the value afternoon to the variable session. So first you need to declare a variable session with the data type as time of day. So declare the variable name, then the data type. Then session uh, will have one value assigned to it, and the value of the session is afternoon. Okay. So this type of question would be asked in the exam from this topic, that is your enumerated data type. This is all about this video. Thank you.